tip of the week, and they say a well-socialized dog is less anxious in new situations and less likely to bite out of fear or aggression. Check out more of their tips at campbowwow.com. I like just saying Camp Bow Wow. Let's send it over to Joe.
Bow wow wow.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. You know how sometimes your back can be barking at you? Well, we're going to put an end to chronic back pain in 3 easy steps. Dr. Michael Pritzker is here. He's going to share the secret of spinal correction. He has the program, and we're talking 3 steps.
3 steps.
You know, I got to tell you this. Another thing that you do that I was just amazed at. My wife, the lovely Dr. Marianne, beautiful and talented, comes to see you because she has a pain in her hand. Her hand was just awful. And you determined it was coming from here somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's why it wasn't being corrected beforehand, because we weren't treating the real problem, which was somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's very common. A lot of times you'll experience leg pain, you'll experience arm pain, and if you don't do the proper tests, you're not going to discover that the problem could be coming from somewhere else. Just like sciatica, which is pain down the leg, a lot of times it starts on the low back. So same thing, you get wrist pain and it just radiates from the neck, and before you know it, you're experiencing this hand pain, and you think, oh, I got a problem right here in the hand. Yeah. But all along, it's in the neck.
Well, how does that happen? How does a common ache somewhere become a chronic problem?
Well, two main reasons. One, you do nothing about it, or you do the wrong thing. So, one, if you just don't do anything and you tell yourself, well, I'll just wait and see what happens, and just it'll probably go away on its own. Sometimes that's the worst thing you can do because it just progressively worsens. The other problem is you can go to your doctor and they give you the proper diagnosis. Very often they'll say, well, you have a disc problem and the disc needs to be fixed, and all of a sudden the treatment has nothing to do with the disc. They might give you a muscle relaxer or they'll tell you to exercise, so they end up treating completely the wrong thing, and that's where the problem just continues to worsen and it continues to get chronic. You just end up covering up the symptoms and don't get to the cause.
Right. Now you brought a pal along here.
Yeah, that's my friend.
I want to show this guy. When we came in, we had him standing up. He was standing up like this. Yeah. But we had to lay him down because he's hogging the picture.
Yeah.
He's becoming the star of the show. We can't have that. And we were coming to come up with a name with him. Elvis the Pelvis down here. But then you got Red Skelton. So we got a few different names. But what are we going to show? What are you going to show me with this?
Well, the main thing is you can see when you look at the model over here, there's so many different things that can go wrong with the spine. First of all, you can have a problem with the muscles. Anytime these muscles get tight, anytime they get damaged, it's going to cause back pain. Sometimes you can have problems with the disc, and if the disc gets damaged, you got to make sure you correct it. Sometimes you can get a problem with the bone, and if that happens, if it falls out, then you got a serious problem. That you can't fix at all.
Yeah.
But there's so many different things that can go wrong with the spine, but the most important is to do those 3 steps that I'm going to be talking about. And the first is correcting the disc, because when the disc gets damaged, you've got to make sure that you expand that disc space, make it larger, because if the disc gets damaged, it starts to pinch the nerves, and that's what can give you the arm pain, the leg pain. So to fix that, we do what's called advanced spinal decompression, which has an over 86% success rate at fixing the disc. After that, you want to get to the surrounding muscle tissues, and for that we do something known as spine force, and that strengthens those muscles. And sometimes what people do is they'll do it in reverse. They'll have a disc problem and they start strengthening the muscles around it, and if you do that, all you do is you strengthen a problem that shouldn't be there. The last thing, of course, is just to maintain it, make sure the problem doesn't return. You get those 3 steps, then you don't have a problem anymore and it doesn't return, and that's really, really important.
Now, we have a free video that you've been telling me about too, and we've been talking about it every time you come on, and you can have that. I said free. It's a free back pain relief video that all you have to do is call that number that you see at the bottom of your screen there.
Yeah, and it talks about that 3-step spinal correction program, which talks about disc decompression, it talks about spine force, it talks about proper exercises for the spine, and it also talks about how to maintain it. So it's a great video. You can call 1-888-867-4951 and request that video. It's going to be on for another limited time, but it's going to give you some great information as far as how to get rid of your back pain forever.
Well, there you are. It's free. Okay, so make sure you go to the website, make the phone call. If you forget all of this, go to fox6.com and find out what happened today. All right, so you can get your back in great shape. There you are. It's free. All right. Thank you, Dr. Pritzker.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Once again. Hey, this summer, it's all about the color. We're going to show you which gemstones that all the girls are going to love. It's coming up next. And today is Secretary's Day, by the way. Did you forget? Got a great deal to keep you out of the doghouse with your secretary when Sandy Go Living returns.